That is for instant relief.
And we are
life. Relief for South Africa, indeed, for the carnage that we have witnessed in Lahore.
No, there is no relief at all. There'll be
For the bowlers.
There'll be a lot of worry now. How they'll get to
I mean,
63.
the highest successful chase happened in this venue. England managed 352, but Australia chased it down with 4 overs to spare.
Why didn't you conveniently start by giving me credit for the
For what?
prediction?
Okay, 7 runs in this thing, but yep, credit to you, Gulati. 355,
290?
306.
No, my prediction was also that. It's just that I wasn't here.
So we need not know. We don't want to know also.
Platform
When-
was this prediction made on?
I
On his
in
mind.
my mind.
Told you, I read
But
his
you have
mind.
to trust me this much.
No. Not applicable.
But what was on that alternate platform? What was the?
Can I guess he said 360?
No alternate platform in my. Oh yes, about the head.
I'll tell you, he said 360.
How much has been?
No. 320, 330. To be honest, that's what would have still exceeded that as well. I would 320, 330 would have been an par score on this venue. Now 350. What they've done now is I think that's a winning, sort of a winning total.
Well, I don't
60,
know.
40 New Zealand.
I don't know because see, Ravindra and Kane Williamson's 108 and 102. I mean, excluding the India game, Ravindra has hit 100 in both the games that he's featured in. Isn't it?
He's opened in
Bangladesh.
But that's also because he opened in those games.
Yeah, but he's opened. No, he opened when Devon Conway was left out for the Bangladesh game.
He did not open against
Oh, he didn't open against Bangladesh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
against Bangladesh.
But here he's scored 100 as an opener. So that's why 108, 102, 49 from Mitchell and 49 from Phillips, contrasting strike rates, 362. South Africa will have to break the record for the highest successful chase in the history of the CT. And we've already seen it once.
Yeah.
Can it happen for the second time? Same venue though.
We saw the highest total being made by an individual in the Champions Trophy, and then we saw in the same match the record for the highest successful chase was being broken.
Yes.
Today, though, the individual total still stands, and that record was broken, but later on.
Yeah.
However, today you'll need another Herculean effort. Look at the number of batters that were on display, and there are only 2 who ended with a strike rate that didn't go into 3 figures.
Yeah.
Otherwise, all batters had strike rates going into 3 figures, and the 2 batters who were left out, I think Latham was one of them,
Latham and Will Young.
and Will Young, both of them had 80-90. So it's not like they were also very slow, but it's just that in comparison,
Correct.
they will look a little slower than the others. But what a fabulous job done by New Zealand after opting to bat first.
Yeah, and see, if Kane Williamson hadn't thrown his wicket away, he could have at least ensured New Zealand got 380, 390.
Did
Because
they realize from their previous experience of being in a semi-final of an ODI competition that if you let the opponent score anywhere around 370, 380, maybe a 397, then things can go downhill, and that's where they realized that they needed a total in excess of 350 as well.
Yes, I mean, they got beaten by India in the semi-final in Mumbai, 2023 ODI World Cup. But even there, they put up a fight.
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
Their
yeah,
total
yeah.
was about 70 runs.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they had to chase 400.
398.
And I think they fell short by about 50 runs, 50, 60 runs,
But
if I'm not mistaken.
in between, I think over there the match was definitely looking like it might drift because they were at par as far as the run rate was concerned. It was same Kane Williamson and Darren Mitchell.
Yes, those
Both
two
of them.
guys. Yep.
That was
And
the wicket of Kane Williamson that Mohammad Shami got, and then the
Yes.
tide,
indeed.
switched in India's favor.
But then South Africa absolutely beaten black and blue. The bowlers just couldn't cope up with the onslaught. I think their batters will look here, we are fed up of Pakistan, let's go to Dubai. There our bowlers will get some kind of help. We won't concede 350 or 300 every time we step. Because you didn't curve. I think South Africa's bowlers had their hardest test today. I mean, you look at the Afghanistan game, brilliant, they bowled them out.
Yes.
England game, they bowled them out. But here, the law of averages caught up suddenly.
I think one of the things that South Africa did right on occasions was to use the cutters effectively, but they did not really do it consistently because the ball is actually holding on to the pitch a bit. But one thing that I couldn't really understand that, the hard lengths they were hitting consistently didn't really reap any rewards for it because Ravindra and Kane Williamson, I think they were literally batting so beautifully.
Yeah, I mean, Rachin and Kane, Where was that in the league game? That's what New Zealand will be wondering in the league game versus India. Why couldn't we do that? I think adapting to the conditions, that's the only thing I can look at it. Because New Zealand, I think, have travelled to every venue in the Champions Trophy. I think it was not like Afghanistan where they played most of the games in Lahore. It was not like any other team. They have travelled everywhere. And Lahore, Karachi, Rawalpindi, they played Bangladesh. So that is why I think now they are clicking into gear. But against India, against a better bowling lineup, in Dubai, they'll suffer again. So that's why that is the thing. So looking at the performances here, who will India want to prefer meeting in the... I'll revise the question. Who will India now be wanting to meet in the final? South Africa or New Zealand? Looking at the weakness strengths of both.
I maintain South Africa.
I think I have a very clear answer, and I don't think India care who basically reaches the final. It's as simple as that.
What about you?
What I feel now, I personally was thinking that maybe South Africa is a team that India would not want. India would want a New Zealand because, firstly, I think, what South Africa and New Zealand have in common is that not sort of getting over the line in ICC events on the knockout stages. But now what I feel, whichever team from here goes to the final, I think one advantage that they will have is that they will have to fight it out. Even if New Zealand ends up defending this total against South Africa, I still feel it's going to be a close chase in that sense. So they'll really have to grind it out, and sometimes this thing just unites your team and you have that confidence, you know that you have done it in a semi-final. So when you're going in the final, you know that it's just about one more day, and if you end up doing that, you have that confidence and you know that you're just one step away from the trophy. So that is one advantage that whichever team goes will have. But I still feel that India, it will be better that India ends up playing New Zealand because we have beaten them once in the group stages at the same venue. But with South Africa, I feel they have a little more well-balanced side as far as their bowling unit is concerned. It did not click today, and I think they play spinners much better. Even New Zealand plays spinners better, but they attack spinners much better. So I still feel, and New Zealand seem to be going towards doing something special in this ICC Champions Trophy. So I think it will be better that India gets New Zealand as their opponents.
Well, when you look at the history of the Champions Trophy, India and Pakistan squared off twice in the same edition. It remained 1-1. Okay. If India versus New Zealand happens again, it will be the second time that this happens.
You don't want it to become 1-1 again.
And you won the game against Pakistan
very
easily, like you won against New Zealand.
Yes, and even there in 2017, you won very easily against Pakistan in the league game, but you lost in the final. But again, Dubai at this point in time, I don't know. I think the Indian team are very strong in Dubai. They haven't lost a single game there. One tie, that is the closest any team has come in trying to hurt India. So that's why it is going to be very, very interesting. I mean, if South Africa can chase this down, then on those sluggish conditions and their batting then has an ace. Rassie van der Dussen, then you've got Heinrich Klaassen, even Ryan Riggleton scored 100 in the Champions Trophy. First game for Afghanistan. So that is why it will be a contest of which batting unit then prospers. Because,
by the way, we saw a century, rather two of them after a gap of good couple of days. We started the tournament seeing a century every innings, and we raced away to that landmark of 12 or 13 centuries, which was the most in the Champions Trophy. And you'd only reached the halfway stage of the tournament. That was just after 5-6 games that we saw 12 centuries. Today, I think after a big gap, we've seen maybe a gap of a week.
South Africa, England didn't have 100. Australia didn't have 100. The highest was 84. Yesterday. So that's why, yes, you got 200s today in the Champions Trophy.
Who knows if there's a third and a fourth.
Third and a fourth could happen.
Because if South Africa are to get to this total, create history in Lahore, then they will need at least one batter to go big. They will need two others to be getting into the 70s and the 80s only.
Who do you expect could be that batter from South Africa? I have a feeling it could be Temba Bavuma.
Who's Temba?
Temba Bavuma.
I think it's a straight answer. Heinrich Klaassen. Yeah.
Klaassen will be the person who accelerates in the middle order. I'm talking about the one anchor the South African
I would say
team will need, who you want.
Rassie.
No, Rassie van der Dussen.
Who you would want?
Even Markram's good, but
See, that's
Not
the thing.
in
They are very
form.
deep.
Yeah.
But again, Bavuma can still be the person who can bat till 40 overs.
Well, we have had a lot of jokes on Temba Bauma, unfortunately, very, very uncharitable jokes that have been made.
We haven't.
Others. Well, let's see, because now it's...
Back with the bat. If the batting comes still there, then that will be a problem.
Jansen. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a problem if you need
Yeah,
Jansen.
if you need him to fire.
Yeah, but then see, Miller and Klaassen will be the guys who will accelerate. If you say you need 100 of 10 overs, then these are the two guys who can get you over the line. And New Zealand's bowling is not that menacing like how India was in the 2024 T20 World Cup final. Hope they don't
This
suffer.
South African team has 3 spinners, right? They have Maharaj, they have...
No, today they only got
They only
one.
have Maharaj, Markram.
Specialist.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. They only one
Maharaj
specialist.
is the
Yeah.
only specialist today. There is no one else.
Yeah, but then look at it. New Zealand has Santner, Bracewell, Phillips as your 3. And Ravindra can also be your spinning option as well. So at this point in time, it looks very, very uphill for South Africa. Because I'm going to change my prediction. I had predicted a South Africa winning this, but I think it's not happening. I think we are seeing an India-New Zealand final.
Same for me. I think I'll keep my prediction that only. For me, New Zealand
The
wins.
cricket fan inside me doesn't want to play New Zealand, so I am hoping that yes,
Who
whatever
according to
confidence
you
that
will
they
win?
will get, if they
Yeah.
are to get to this kind of a total, this will give any team a huge shot in the arm as far as confidence goes. But I still think that can actually go against South Africa, because you'll have to do a complete 180-degree from the conditions that you're playing in.
And you'll be playing in Dubai for the first time.
That's
They had
what-
just come for...
So that's another reason. That's
Yeah.
another reason, because the adaptation required will be massive for South Africa. Yes, I know a couple of their batters play spin pretty well. They are adept at playing spin. However, the change is just vast. It's a complete 180-degree. So that is what I believe the Indian will relish, because New Zealand know the conditions already in Dubai. So yes, they can get the confidence from this win, but I hope we see
India, South Africa.
What's your prediction, South Africa?
And although
No,
New
you...
Zealand have the upper hand when it comes to, you talk about big games being psychological warfare, psychological battles. New Zealand win that battle against India.
Not
This
really.
is what you want.
It is
What do you think they'll be able to chase this down?
Yes, so that I know there's 2023 to look back.
plus
at.
the game that was there. It's now very equal. In ICC ODIs, it's very equal.
you
Six,
won
six.
Knockouts,
But
it's
you
not
won
equal
at-
yet, na?
Knockouts, you only played... no, if you look at ODI knockouts, 2019,
See,
you lost.
You lost the.
Final in 2000.
No, you lost the inaugural edition as well. The second
Second
edition.
one.
The second
That
edition.
one, okay.
Yeah.
Then
2000 you lost.
you lost 2019.
You lost 2019.
You won in
lost-
23.
You lost the WTC final.
No,
against-
only red ball. Only white ball. Only white ball.
I'm just saying, knockouts, when you look at knockouts in recent memory,
Yeah.
they have the upper hand.
All,
No,
yeah.
This is what you want, but do you predict that South Africa will be able to chase this total down?
Yes. It looks like a flat deck.
Yeah.
If a couple of the batters get going, you're in for a contest.
Even I feel that they have the depth in their batting. They bat till Keshav Maharaj.
they can definitely.
They can
challenge.
definitely I feel they can definitely chase this down, keeping in mind the conditions that there are there in Lahore. So I feel that it's on.
You've got 3 spinners. Santner to operate that. I mean, South Africa will have to play really smartly against
True.
Mitchell Santner.
I don't think batting deep will help South Africa today. The total is a lot, and I think they are going to be under pressure.
You
But
get
they'll be
runs-
backing themselves
get
for
runs.
sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get runs in the power play. That has to be the
no
key.
doubt at all.
Go
Correct.
for about, aim for about 100 runs in the first 10.
Yep.
Only then will you get to about 70, 80. If you can get that without there being a wicket lost, you're in for a contest.
Yeah.
See, if I'll just go back to your thing about knockouts. Yes, New Zealand have a 2-1 advantage in knockout games in ICC white ball. Okay, only white ball, not counting red ball. Then it extends to 3-1. New Zealand won 2000, won 2019, but India won in 2023, the World Cup semi-final. Okay. Then, will you count the Super 6 as a knockout? No. No. Because that was also 2007, which you lost.
Yeah.
That is why. But then apart from that, you played them in the league games in 2000s. You played them in 2021.
I'm just saying, in recent memory, you look
Yeah.
at just these encounters. as well. 2021 will also then come to your mind. Even though that wasn't a knockout.
That was virtual knockout,
But
as
it
people
served
said.
as a virtual knockout.
Yeah,
blow.
2-1. It's 2-1 in New Zealand's favour, and India right now is trying to correct all the past horrors that has happened. Now they have extended their record against Australia. They have won against New Zealand after 25 years.
Yeah.
So we don't know what's going to happen. So yes, by the look of it, India versus New Zealand looks to be a final, but we don't know. India, South Africa, can we see a repeat of Barbados
happen, yeah, it can
2024? That we'll see. Let's take a few counts, then we'll call it quits.
Before we come again.
We
for the
come
dugout.
again for the dugout. Yep. Let's take 1 or 2 comments and then we'll be done. With Nikhil, yes. Yep, he will join us live from Dubai at this point in time. Yep. And I think, okay, net issue, Pawan?
We'll take the questions during the dugout then.
No, what we'll do is then if there is a problem, then we will take it in a lengthier post-match.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We can take some of them now.
Okay, Harshit voice is low. I don't
Now
know.
I think it'll be
Freaking
fine.
Awesome is saying that he likes 270, 280 kind of ODIs, something that's been the case in Dubai.
Yeah, it's more. That's why I think South Africa will want to chase this down, go back to Dubai to give bowlers a chance. Yeah. But Freaking Awesome is also a very tough chase, but I won't say it's impossible. Williamson has scored against RSA in ODIs for fun, 900 plus runs in 19 ODIs. 4th ODI century against South Africa, 357 is RSA's highest total against NZ. Oh,
Manu John is saying 363 is extremely hard.
it is. Priyanshu, SA can win, I feel. The chase is on. It's an expressway. Yes, in Lahore, it is. You've seen the highest chase.
Yeah.
But is this a typical Lahore wicket that will not
Like
slow down?
Gulati sir said, I personally did not
I
feel
think
that
South
there was
Africa
any.
used the cutters very well. Like they did it
No, but-
inconsistently though.
I didn't see the wicket was stopping or gripping even a
A
bit.
bit.
It was no. I don't think so because again, Kane Williamson batting at this strike rate, I think clearly signifies that there is nothing in the wicket in that sense. No. What I mean to say is that
Discrediting him.
No, I'm not discrediting him. I'm saying that he's somebody who plays the anchor role, but he would have realized
Today, credit
that
to him.
yeah.
Because of the variety of shots that he's offering.
No, that's why I'm
You saw
saying.
the cut from him. You saw the reverse sweep from him. You saw the
Lofted
That's why I'm saying
shots.
that
and he played the ramp.
He
as
changed
well.
he changed his approach. The
Yes.
reason for that would have been that he would have assessed the conditions that this is not going to be a pitch where 320, 350 might be a safe total. That's why he started to accelerate from the very beginning. That's all. That is what.
So who will be the Jacques Callis in the South Africa? Oh, these guys are 20 runs short. Who's going to say that? In that iconic chase of 435.
Markram?
Bavuma.
Markram also, but
You expect Klaasen to be saying that. Listen, to
You even expect Bavuma to be saying this.
Is this Kane's last ODI match if they lose?
I think it's possible.
It will
It
be.
is possible.
Like
See, any which ways he has
So
opted
Shivam
for
asking
a
if,
casual contract.
If much like what we saw yesterday, and Steve Smith ended up making that announcement right on cue, he's there as well.
yeah.
So will Kane Williamson be bidding adieu to the ODI format if this is to be his last game?
See, he's bid adieu from T20Is.
Yes, I believe so.
ODIs too, yeah.
I believe so.
I
He
think
still
it's
plays the
possible.
BBL though.
I don't
BBL
see-
is, I'm saying T20I.
I don't see him playing, I think, any more cricket for New Zealand in the near future at least. He has already opted for a casual contract just like Devon Conway. So I think it probably could be the last
He
of
could be
Williamson.
going for a casual contract.
He has a casual
gone.
contract.
He has opted for a casual
You're
contract.
saying in ODI, like
Overall.
Overall. He's opted for a casual contract. So Williamson, I don't know. I had said last year only, I think Champions Trophy, I think we may see the last of Kane Williamson. I don't think he's lasting 2 more years in a WTC cycle also.
no, that way is, even though that retirement announcement hasn't come in, but I doubt if Joe Root will be around for another.
Joe Root is the youngest in the Fab Four.
Yeah, but you saw him play an ODI after nearly 18 months this time around in the Champions Trophy. Lasted all of 3 matches, England.
Yeah.
So going forward, especially if he's looking to break Sachin's record, I think the focus could shift entirely to Test cricket.
Yeah.
And we know Englishmen are anyway one of those to be very quick with announcing retirement.
Yep.
And the last they delay is the Test retirement.
But I feel that he's just come back, and there were already talks that you should get him even in the T20I setup. So I feel that maybe not, and he could be a captaincy option as well.
Yeah, could be.
I think the last two
No, not in
now.
not now.
Why?
It's the ship has sailed.
Yes.
You need a fresh start because we don't
He's not
know.
on his side now, Sashwat.
Although the youngest, but still.
Arey, youngest one
Exactly.
Cap 4 you're saying.
Yeah.
No, but
He's
even if he's
33.
yeah, so 33 is not. Still, you see him playing the next World Cup. I'll just see his exact. Age.
Because if that was the thing, he wouldn't have gone missing for 18 months in ODI.
See, ODI and T20, he's not
34.
good. 34. He'll be he's 34. Okay. Still 2 more years. He can still play. So, in that sense, Ashish Dhar is saying India remain undefeated even in 2002 CT and even 2013 CT, if I may add, and 2024 T20 World Cup. So, that's the way Pawan Holla.
13 city you weren't unbeaten.
You were unbeaten.
No, you lost to Sri Lanka, na?
Ah, that was 17.
17, yeah, sorry.
13,
You didn't lose to anyone.
You beat South Africa, you beat the West Indies, you beat Pakistan, you beat Sri Lanka in the semi-final, and then you beat England. So that's how it is. Pawan Holla, what's your take on Rabada not bowling in the power play? I don't know. Rabada, anywhere he's bowling nowadays, in white ball
They
cricket, he
do
seems to be
prefer,
struggling.
Ngidi and Marco Jansen.
Yeah, Engedi.
Yeah.
So that's the way we look at it. We'll be back for a lengthier post-match discussion. We'll find out who will India be facing in Dubai on March 9th. But these are the last 50 overs when you look at it on Pakistan soil.
But who's it that can challenge India, or is this a no challenge? Is there a no competition seen now as far as the Champions Trophy is concerned, given all the matches that we've seen so far, including half of the second semi-final as well? We will try and put our heads to it in the dugout when we meet you guys in exactly 18 minutes from now.
Yep,
That's when
18
we
minutes, yeah.
Hope to see you. So do join us for the dugout and all those questions that we couldn't take right now. We look forward to addressing them in a short while.
So, bye-bye.
Stay tuned, subscribe. Gavaskar ji is also in conversation with Nikhil right now. That chat will also be up very soon. So tap that bell that you see on your screen right now. You'll get a notification the moment that we have that ready for you. So thank you and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.